Happy hump day. Welcome back to the Dear Juju podcast. How should we going? How's it all going? Are you still wet in the crotch? Are you not? Sometimes I get so wet that it's just splooging everywhere. And I think I better appreciate this because I got about 6 years left until she dries up like the desert. And I told my husband that too. All right, let's get into it. Hello, world. Come inside the Dear Juju podcast. I have to tell you a little bit of my family rundown this week, okay? My son had a celebration of learning. He is 7 years old. He's in year 2 here in England, which means he's in first grade in the US. They are a year ahead. Now, in their celebration of learning, they do a project. What does this mean? It means I do a fucking project. I want to tell the teacher, seriously, they are not old enough to A, do the project, B, execute the project, C, have an idea about the project. And he's like, yeah, but it's good practice. And then they stand up in front of the class and they have to present their project, which I think is really good. You know me in the performing arts. It's important that you stand up in front of the class and you get practice having confidence. That part I love. But I tell you what. The projects are damn near the parent projects. I tell them, the parents start coming in. I'm like, how'd your project go? Lord knows you did it and this little shithead didn't. Because they don't do anything. All they do is they trace the outlines that you do, or at least my son. And you know what? I can't handle it. I give it to my husband because I'm like, I can't take another fight, another yelling, another telling him. I've done my time, with all of that. I need you to kind of take this over. Do with it what you will. I'm not into it. I'm not really a school person. I'm not into school. So I'll be sitting there fighting with him and just go, okay, don't fucking do it. What do I care? I'm not really good at the whole scheduling and the school and this needs to be done kind of a thing. There's text messages, text threads, PTAs, and I'm thinking, don't fucking bother me with this. Unless you want me to A, teach dance, B, have a spritz booth at the summer fair, then I'm going to get into it. But if it's anything other than that, no thank you. I am taking my daughters off on Wednesdays. It is Woman Wednesday, and her and I are just having a day. She has 8 more weeks until she has to go to school. Basically, she starts reception here, which is like kindergarten in the US, but again, they started a year early, and she has to go then. That's when they start logging into the state. And I'm like, you know what? She is so damn cute. She is so much fun. She reminds me of myself. And I just want to spend a little more time with her. So Tuesday, Thursday, that was a little too much. So I've decided Wednesday she could go to school. Monday, Tuesday, we have a Woman's Wednesday. We go get our nails done. I teach her how to read. This past week, we made mermaid foam. Holy shit, it was so fun. A little science experiment at home. It was shaving cream, glue, clear glue with glitter, and eye contact solution. How weird is that? And you mixed it together until you made the slimy foam crap that got everywhere. But I tried to let my type A personality and making her get on the carpet. I set her up for success. Put down a whole piece of foil. And I said, go for your life, girl. Just rub out that mermaid foam. Go for it. So I've had a lot of family time this week, and my third little family moment that I will say is I got a bike. The best part about London, living in Europe, is not having a car. Sometimes we have to Uber. Of course, it's either rainy or I have too much stuff to carry, but having a bike. My husband went and got me a bike that is so cute. It's kind of set up like the Lime bikes, like a banana bike kind of thing. And it was 80 pounds. It's in great condition, has 2 baskets. And we went bike riding. The bike riding, I was in the back. My husband was in the front. Rocco was in the middle. Georgiana was in behind the middle. And I was at the end, the little caboose. And when I saw my family riding in front of me on our adorable London streets, I got verklempt. I started to cry. And I thought, I will never be happier than I am right now in this moment. This is it. It's not just having a baby, but actually like living life with your kids, being outside. It started to rain a little bit. We were laughing. We were pedaling. You could smell the rain. You could smell the trees. You could hear the birds. It was beautiful. And Georgiana's little legs trying to keep up. It was hilarious. And Rocco being like, I can lead. It was just a perfect moment. And you know what? Do what the fucking kids do. Do what the kids do. I know a lot of older people and a lot of older generations going, I'm not going to do what the kids do. The kids do this TikTok. The kids do that. Do what the fucking kids do. It'll keep you young because that's what the kids are doing it. Have a fun. This is just, now we've gone out of the family thing and now I'm just, on my little Juju sermon, if you will. Do what the kids do. Have a curious spirit. Okay? What these kids doing these days? Let me jump in and do that. And then if you have a family, of course, do what the kids are doing. And it's so much fun. Making mermaid foam, taking a bike ride, doing a fucking project, right? But you're doing what the kids are doing and it's keeping you young. And I just say that and look at what the kids are doing. If you do not like the baggy boyfriend jean trend that's going on, try it at least. Go to Zara and try it on. See how it makes you feel. I have really been resisting the big sneaker and tube sock look, but I think I'm going to try it. Just do what the kids are doing. Just see what it's all about. See how it makes you feel. Try it on for size. Sometimes you try things on for size and you go, no. I'm trying way too hard to be young. This does not. Or it just doesn't feel like me. But there might be some things that go, that's pretty cool. I feel pretty hip, right? And you never know unless you try, bitch. So try, get your head out of your ass, stop being such an old fucking fart, and have a little bit of a spirit of curiosity, wonder, excitement, and you never know. You might love it. And last but not least, to round up my family week, we had a burger bash of 40 people. I said it once, I'll say it again. Bring your community together with a bash of some kind. What's your thing? You love a fish fry? Do you love to make pasta? You could be a stregonona, have a one-pot wonder, chili, cook up. Like, what is your thing? Our thing is burgers. We met over burgers. We love burgers. So we do a burger bash. My husband makes the best smash burgers. He's just perfected it. He uses a little bit of pork. He uses 20% fat. He adds caramelized onions. He has garlic, salt, pepper to the meat, and he smashes those mofos like he smashes this ass. And he kills it. And we just open up our house and everyone's welcome. They can come, they can go. I make spritzes, and this is what we offer. Bashes, burgers, spritzes, and a damn good time. And it's just really solidified ourselves into this community. And it doesn't matter if you've been in your community 1 month or 1 decade. It's never too late to start a village community thing where you're like, you know what? Our thing is fish fries. We're going to have a fish fry and just invite everyone. Invite them from school, invite your friends, invite them from work. And if you keep having it over and over again, people will see each other, talk to each other, and you never know what connections that they can make. But then your whole community starts looking more rich and more diverse. And on my other topic, it actually keeps you fucking young. They say more than working out, more than anything, community is what keeps you young. It keeps you having a drive and a spirit for life. And it is so important. Be the change you want to see. What can you do? Why don't you have a summer solstice get together? Try it then. Do a launch. It's really important, you guys. Not fucking kidding. If you don't take any advice from anything, have a community thing. Get all your friends, family, co-workers, get them all together. And see how you feel. And the feedback that you're going to get is going to be absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much for doing this. Wow, this was amazing. I actually really look forward to this. We've had 2 now. And the people who have come to both gone, that was so much fun. So be the fun in your community. Have a little spark and get it crackly-ackin'. All right, that's all I got for you this week. Let's move on to Act 2, some domestic goddessness. Cooking. Springtime is all about two things: the puff pastry mixed with the fresh veg. Okay, this combo is absolutely gorgeous. What I am going to make this week is a puff pastry little sheet with some whipped feta and some asparagus. You could also do zucchini, yellow and green, with a whipped feta, mascarpone kind of thing. Give a puff pastry, give a white cheese, and give a veg. You could sprinkle some chili flakes. You could sprinkle some lemon zest on top. And then it's really lovely to have the really gorgeous puff pastry that's, toasty and flaky. Then you have the cream of some kind, mascarpone, a cream cheese kind of situation, a whipped feta. Add some cream cheese in there. Then put the veg on top to really highlight and brighten up the gorgeous things of spring. Go to your farmer's market, get you whatever is fresh and green that sounds gorgeous, and make you a little puff pastry. You could serve it on with a salad on the side and some white wine. Bam! Bob's your uncle. Cocktails. The drink of all drinks for spring is a mint julep. Whiskey, sugar, mint. So much ice. It gets so cold in those little mint julep glasses. Also, go on Amazon and get you some of these mint julep glasses. They're gold, they're gorgeous, and when you're not using them for mint juleps, they're actually really lovely for little vases on tables. So it's kind of a twofer. You're going to see they're so gorgeous. Sometimes they have little beading on the rims. Mint juleps, the most gorgeous thing for spring. Nothing says spring like a bunch of mint and some alcohol in your mouth on a hot day. So refreshing. So lovely. Decor. You know what I'm so into after being in Italy that I'm always kind of into, but it really just solidified it, is Murano glass chandeliers. Have you ever heard of this? Murano glass. Okay, the Italians are really known for their blown glass. It's kind of an artistic thing that they love to do that goes back centuries, and it's gorgeous. Murano is a glass. They're most famous for their chandeliers. If you have a wood paneling kind of room and then a Murano glass chandelier with color and light, it is beautiful. It is elegant. You guys, Google Murano glass. And if you ever come across one, they make mirrors, they make cups, they make chandeliers. Buy it. It is so elegant. It is so glamorous. It is so fabulous. And a nice twist and take rather than the gold brass one that we have a lot of times. Give it a Google. You just learned something new. All right, now with all that, let's get into some Q&A with some Dear Juju, I have a running dinner party with the usual suspects and invite pretty much the same people every time. Is it ever okay to uninvite someone? What if they're bringing bad vibes? I don't want to hurt their feelings or make them feel left out, but also I don't want to hate the parties that I've started. What do you think I should do? I feel stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do you know what's so funny is I am going through this same thing. I'm having my burger bash. We're inviting everyone from the school. Someone from the school in particular, there is a child that kind of creates chaos who has a little bit of, I don't know if she's been diagnosed with disabilities, but she definitely has impulse control. She usually gets aggressive. She usually says nasty things. And my kids don't want her there. I have to go on the side of my kids. Am I right? Like, I don't want to leave everyone out, and I don't want to be the mom that's inviting every single mom except for this mom, but also your kid's a fucking asshole. And the other part of this is not just that the kid can be an asshole, but also I haven't seen the parents step up in a real way to kind of guard and protect and play referee and kind of harness those boundaries with her that I would want implemented if my kids were around. So that's the other thing, is I don't know if I can trust the parents either. So I don't want them in a situation in my house where we're having this big party. She's out of control. Nobody knows, and they don't know how to step up in the right way. Or every time we've had this bash, it's been amazing. And then the kids come down crying, and then there's a situation with her and the parents. It's just like, I feel stuck between a rock and a hard place too. I don't want to leave anyone out, but I don't want to invite the asshole. And the thing is that's life. If you're bad at your job, you're just going to get fired. If you're a fucking asshole kid, you're not going to invite to the party. And I want my kid to be able to tolerate her at school and know how to handle her, know how to deal with her. But this is their house too. And it doesn't mean that we need to invite them into our home. So for me, it's just a no. And my husband, it feels two ways about it. And he's like, I think we should say something to them. And I'm like, if you feel that way, you do it. You go for it all day, baby. I have no problem opening up that dialogue with you leading the pack, but I'm okay just not having them here. The parents really aren't my cup of tea anyways. So it's just a situation of sorry. And if it ever gets brought up, we would love to invite you, but your daughter makes my kids cry, and it's always kind of a situation, and it's hard to navigate that, period. So I feel you. I think it's your house, your life, your rules. No, I think you should have the party if you're also willing to have the hard conversation. Have the party, don't invite them. But you've invited them before. Clearly, they're your friend. So I think it's something that you have to have the situation. This is a situation where I'm getting to know them. I've never invited them. So unless it gets brought up, then I'm willing to have the hard conversation. With you, I think you need to have the conversation. Have the party and tell them, hey, just wanted to let you know I'm having the party, and the last time that you've come over, it's been a little awkward or it's been hard, and it's kind of put a Debbie Downer on the party. So I think for this one, there's no invitation. Or have the party, and if they're like, what the hell, then you can tell them, well, I had the party and I didn't invite you because the past 2 times you have been bringing us down. There's been drama, there's been fights, and you've been being really negative. And I don't want that in my house. And I know we're friends, and I know it's a hard and difficult conversation that we have to have now, but I did what I wanted to do because it's my party. And I can cry if I want to. Okay? So yes, have the party, disinvite them, and then after the party, I would tell them. I wouldn't really tell them before because then they're going to try to squiggle, and just have the hard conversation. It's something that you have to do as an adult. I think the success that we have is directly tied to the hard conversations that we're willing to have. So let's have that hard conversation after the party and after you have a good time. And because then you know what you can say? We actually had the party and it was amazing. It was the best one yet. So I hate to say it, but you weren't there and it was so much better. And I think that's really important to notice. Dear Juju, I have a 1-bedroom apartment that is tight and cozy and all mine. Good for you, girl. My dream is to turn it into a full-on glam pad. Where do I start without creating chaos? Love your podcast. Thank you. It's only chaos if it doesn't have direction, right? So figure out in your 1-bedroom space what your glam pad is going to be divided and used for. So give it little sections. This section is the dining area. This section is the entertainment area. This section is going to be where my vanity sits and where I get dressed. Give every area its direction. Then you can turn it to a glam pad. Okay, the dining area. I don't care if it's a little French bistro table with 4 chairs around it. If that's going to be your direction of European elegance, make it that. Do a gorgeous color on the walls. Get you a Murano glass. Have some curtains that kind of define it. I think definition and direction is what makes it glamour, and what is basically the antithesis or the antidote to the chaos, right? Divide and conquer, and then make it as glam as you want. Is define your dining space, and what kind of dining space do you want to have? Define your vanity. Oh, this is a vanity, but I want it to be really modern and sleek. Or this is a vanity and I want it to be old school 1950s glam. I'm going to have feathers and boas, and I'm going to hang my dressing gown to the side of it. Like, then it will create some kind of structure to the 1 bedroom if you break it up and give it direction. Let me know how it goes. I want to see pictures. Dear Juju, I am turning 40 and I unfortunately feel like I'm having an identity crisis. I feel like I'm aging and slipping into the abyss. How do I age like a goddess and not disappear completely like a ghost? Okay. What's going on here is we have to reframe aging. It is actually the time for the middle-aged women. We are stepping into our power and our knowledge. And actually, I saw online, okay, Tutti Frutti, Fresh and Fruity, that the number 9, I think it is all about middle-aged women, where before this time was all about young technology men. That's where the tech bros have come in. And now the middle-aged women are really coming into their own. And it is something that you can take control of. You are only as old, you are only as ghosted, you are only as gone as you decide to be every day. And that's what I mean. Every day you have a choice on what you want to do and where you want to go. There is a thing of the future self theory. And this is what you do. You take about 5, 10, 15 minutes per section and you visualize your best self. Everything working out even better than you imagine. What are you wearing? Who do you live? What do you smell like? Where do you go? What are you dressing like? What does your body look like? What does your house look like? Then you in 10 or 15, and you imagine this 10 years down the line. 10 years down the line, if you just stayed the same, what would your body look like? How would you feel? Where would you go? What would you be wearing? That's going to be easy. Then your worst possible self. If you weren't to make the decisions and put them in place, what kind of actions would you be feeling? How depressed would you be? And actually envision it. And it's not meant to scare you, but what it's meant to do is kind of give you a little jolt of reality of choosing which one you want to be. And if you're 40, at 50, are you kidding me? With all these online influencers and all these middle-aged women that are just rocking it, which one do you want to be? What group do you want to be a part of? The world is really divided into two people, winners and losers. The winners are take the things that have happened to them and use it for fuel to make their best self. And losers take the things that have happened to them and they use it as an excuse to make them their worst self and a crutch. That's it. Now, which category are you in? And sometimes when you define something so simplistic like that, even though it might seem judgy or this, that, and the other, it's actually really eye-opening. Do you want to be a winner or a loser? Do you want to be a glam girl or a ghost? It's your choice. And every single day, you have a choice to make the things, go to the gym, get excited about what you want to do, put it out there. Mel Robbins, who I absolutely love, she has some real gems on her podcast. Your social media is not for your friends. It's for you to show and put yourself out there, and it's a billboard to the world, but most importantly, to yourself to show who you are and what badass you are. I don't care if it's gardening. I don't care if it's writing and calligraphy. I don't care if it's stitching. You put it out there online because it really gives you an accountability to your art and it makes you stay with something. And it's important to actually hold yourself accountable and give yourself an anchor and show up and show out. I'm sorry that I'm yelling at you, but you got to yell at you sometimes. And I'm actually probably yelling at myself too, because lately I've got to relate. I've been feeling very down. I've been feeling a little in the dumps. I've been feeling a little like what's happening. You feel like what's happening because you ain't making nothing happen. So you don't know what's happening. No one is coming to save you. You have the power. You are in control of your life and your destiny. You choose. Glam or ghost. And small choices. How are you going to dress? How are you going to show up? Okay, that's all I got for you this week. Get you a mint julep, get you some puff pastry, Google Murano glass, and throw a party. That's what life's about. Celebrate it with community and aging beautifully in your community with your glamorous ass. Okay? I love you. I'll see you next week. Mwah.